Fear of failure and fear of rejection. These are the two things that scares the shit out of us, isn't it? Like for most people, like whatever we do, we are always scared of these two things. It stops us from doing so many things in life. I was on a call with a friend of mine and he told me these things which really clicked. Now this information could be something that you already know, I don't know, but this really fascinated me and I thought that I have to share this. Have you ever wondered like why you feel so much pressure? Why do you feel so nervous? Why do you feel so scared when you have to go talk to that person you really like, or when you have to give a speech or say something in public? So this is how the story goes. During olden days, like primitive days, during those times, we all used to be a part of a tribe. There used to be a tribe and we always used to stick together, right? We always used to go to places together because it was dangerous to do things alone. There were a lot of wild animals around us and there's a very good chance that you will get killed by animals if you don't go in a group as a tribe. And every tribe had this one leader, right? Every tribe had a leader. So if that leader by any chance rejected you from that tribe, took you out of that group, then bad things would happen to you. Like literally, you will get killed if you were out of that tribe. You will get attacked by animals and you will get killed. That's it. Now guess what happens? That's the reason every time you were rejected during those times from that tribe, if you were thrown out, your brain associated it with death. And that was true, right? You will literally die if that happened. And here's the interesting part. Your brain still thinks and still feels the same way. It hasn't advanced. For some reason, it hasn't advanced. It still feels that every time you're being rejected or every time you're being, thrown out of a group or some kind of a rejection, it associates that with pain of death. That's what it associates it with. And that's the reason you go crazy, right? I mean, maybe deep inside, you know that you're not going to die and you know that's silly, right? Even just talking about this, it's silly. But still, your brain, which is called the lizard brain, it thinks that you're going to die. And because of that, it reacts. It takes all the logic and all the rationality out of the equation. And it just, panics, gets scared and feels nervous. That's what happens. So here's the solution, right? Every time that happens, like every time you're going for a job interview or you're going to talk to a new person or you have to give a presentation, right? Or anything that is a little scary or where there's a very good chance that you might embarrass yourself or there's a risk of getting rejected or even failing. Every time that happens, every time you're going into a situation like that, ask yourself this. What's the worst thing that can happen? And most importantly, ask yourself this. Am I gonna die? Like really, ask this question. Am I gonna die? Now I know this might sound really silly, right? Really crazy. Like what kind of a question is this? Like, of course I know that I won't die, but still, trust me guys, still ask yourself this question. Am I gonna die? If for any chance this doesn't happen or I get embarrassed or something like that happens close to rejection, then am I gonna die? Ask yourself this question. And this is what happens when you ask this question to yourself. Immediately that lizard brain kind of shuts off, right? It shuts down and your logical brain takes over. And that's when you will be able to relax and you'll know that, okay, I'm not going to die. The worst thing that's going to happen is this, and maybe I'll be able to, live with it. I can find something to do about it. And this changes everything. And I'm not saying that this is going to change your life overnight or all of a sudden you're going to become bold and do all those things that, previously you weren't doing or you were feeling scared to do, right? All I'm saying is this will help you look at the problem more rationally. It will help you look at the situation for what it actually is, instead of overcomplicating it in your head, which is mostly done by this lizard brain of yours, right? At least when this happens next time, when you're feeling too scared or too nervous, you'll at least know that, you'll at least realize that what is actually happening inside your mind, right? You know that it's not really as big deal as you're making it seem in your head. At least you'll know that. And this might actually, help you deal with the situation better. So that's it. Thanks for watching.